sticking with the men, we will go back to the distance races. Now it's time for the men's 3,000-meter final. Last year, this was won by Gary Martin of Virginia at 7:36. Speaking of Gary, NCAA All-American, a runner-up, 7:52 in the 3K. We will see him, Norm, in the first section. Tell us why.
Well, he hasn't run an event this year, and you need to have a time to get in. However, you can use your 5K time to be converted to get into a 3K, but he has to run in the first section.
Right.
So this is a way to kind of get sneaky and not have to face Colton Sands head-to-head again. It is what it is. But Martin's going to have to, I don't know if they have any desire for him to run the 3,000 at Nationals, but if they do, he's going to have to go out and run hard from the get-go because he doesn't have a qualifier. However, we know he's certainly in the 5K, and that's probably what he'll do at Nationals.
So Gary Martin in his first 3K since being a runner-up at the NCAA Indoor Meets a year ago, the senior from Archbishop Wood. More on him in a moment. Chevalier for Virginia of 2. You're also going to see Daly out there out of Denver, Colorado, 13 the NCAA Outdoor Championships in the 5K last year. This, of course, the 3K with 15 laps, so there'll be a time to beat. You have many guys that you'll see in Section 2 also in the top 20, top 25 nationally. There's another look at Daly. Recorded a PB of a 3:59. That's good for number 10 in the mile in Virginia history.
One comment on how this race applies to the team standings, and the answer is not very much. We don't expect either Clemson or Florida State to score in this event, so that kind of changes the. And you know what? It looks really good for Florida State at this point because only events left are this and the 4x4. I believe all the field events have been calculated. And Florida State should be able to beat Clemson head-to-head in the 4x4. So they're looking good.
So left side of your screen, you saw a moment ago, Gary Martin, the defending ACC 3K champ, over Luke Tewalt last year and Cole Sprout as well. He owns the school record, broken with the 5K this year. Also part of that DMR team of Virginia, number 3 and number 9 collegiately as well at a 9:16. Second in the 5K, as Norm documented early on throughout our ACC championships. Day one, what a finish that was between him and Colton Sands. And that's another storyline here. Colton Sands will be running in the second section. So we'll see what Martin will have in this 3K. So they're underway. Daly out in front, setting the pace with his teammate Gary Martin. We'll continue our coverage of the men's 3K, the first section, when we return in a moment. Welcome back to Boston, continuing Section 1 of the men's 3K. With inside 10 laps to go, you have Daly and Martin of Virginia setting the pace so far in Section 1. Now let's highlight the final men's field event of the competition. And Norm, take us through the men's shot put.
And they got a great shot to win this thing.
Norm, great stuff there. Coming from Columbia, Okiki, starring for Notre Dame. 10 points for Matt Sparks, Fighting Irish. There's a look at Gary Martin. This is Section 1, by the way, continuing the men's 3K. Remember, Gary won this a year ago, but in the first section, and I asked Norm to document that for those that don't know, because he hasn't run the 3K this year. So Gary's out in front. His teammate Daly is in second for Virginia. Also have Harari for Syracuse in the mix, battling for third and fourth, and Pajak for Notre Dame as well.
Gary is cranking. He's running 30-second laps recently. He's went through the 1,600 in 4:05.91. He is making an attempt to get an NCAA mark. There's no doubt about it.
From the first time you saw Gary Martin to this point, now a senior for this Virginia team, that metamorphosis, Norm, what's impressed you over the years from Gary?
What's impressed is he is a team guy first and foremost. That's what Vin Lanata tells me. He'll do anything for the program, which is why he'll run 10K cross country. He's obviously a great miler. Ran 3:48 at the Muros games last year.
Yep.
He's run 13:05 in the 5,000 indoors this past December. He's got incredible range. He's tough and he's team-oriented. I know, the coaches loved him when he was in Pennsylvania. One of the great high school milers ever. And he's got the full package. He's dedicated. He's fiercely competitive, and he'll take on anything. He's not afraid of anything. He's trying to qualify for nationals here, basically by himself. And he's coming off a 5K just less than 48 hours ago. That was Thursday night. This is Saturday afternoon. And he's just now going to have to use the runners in front of him that he's going to start lapping as, motivational bait here, because nobody's hanging with him. And his original pace setter is falling way off because he was going way over his skis to just lead Gary through the first third, 1,200 meters, I guess. And again, he went out through the mile in 4:05, and he just keeps cruising. His last lap was 31. He had a bunch of 30s in there.
400 to go here for Gary Martin to take this first section. We will have the time to beat the men's 3K.
He is hammering 6:40 with 2 laps to go. So he could run 7:40, and that'll put him in the Nationals.
Martin out in front. Ian Harrison for North Carolina stayed in second. Harari in third. Joe Barrett also contending for that third spot for North Carolina. Gary Martin at the bell.
Martin, 7:11 with 1 to go. Definitely runs 7:40. He's tired, of course. He ran his last lap in 31. 7:42 if he runs another 31. And this is where it would be helpful to have another national class guy with him. Here he's coming down the stretch. He could still do it. He's running a great 3K. Right here, he's going to be about 7:43. 7:43.16. And we'll see where he is on the national list with that.
Bubble times at 7:42.02 from Ruben Ryan.
Going to be a little
Washington.
short. Just short.
So Gary Martin takes that first section at 7:43.18. We will continue our top first section, and he is downstairs as a repeat champion with Matt.
Thanks, guys. Gary, is it safe to say you were a little motivated for this race after your 5K performance?
Yeah, Thursday was frustrating. It was a punch in the face, and I think I'm trending upwards this season, but just wanted to come out and really kind of redeem myself today.
What was it like being out there? That's the fastest first section time recorded, having watched your competition really chase ghosts, chase that time that you set for the field. Yeah,
it felt good. My teammate Will did all the heavy lifting. He made my job really easy, so huge thank you to him. And I think obviously PR 7:36, wanted to run a little faster, but I knew if I could, if I wasn't going to get that, just make it hard on the second field.
So will you try to run both at Nationals, or?
Well, I didn't get the time for the 3K, so that's out the window. But, I've got the mile, I've got the 5K, we've got the DMR, so I'll have options. And really, it's just going to be about trying to get better from here and, be my best self at Nationals.
A true team player. Congratulations on a great race.
Thank you.
Gary Martin repeats as champion in the men's 3K. This is from Section 1, just outside Nationals, but what a job by Gary Martin and for Virginia.